We are gonna try this again. I started recording it yesterday and then I accidentally paused it and I don't know what part I accidentally paused. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna start all over. No, it's fine. I like reading this bit. Um, this fic is called The Bloody Notebook by Raven Nevermore. Summary: Hitoshi has a seat in class 1A, and on the first day of school he comes face to face with a ghost of a bloody and beaten Izuku Midoriya, who is following Katsuki Bakuro around. It was the first day of the new school year, and Hitoshi was very nervous. His dad had gotten him in on recommendation, as his dad knows that he wouldn't be given a fair chance against the BattleBots. He arrived at the school with his dad, and he just goes straight to the classroom to wait for his classmates, as he doesn't want anyone knowing that his dad is their teacher. He even uses a fake last name instead of his legal name. He just sits there reading his book. He hears the classroom door open, glances over at an angry-looking blonde who has tossed his feet on his desk. He rolls his eyes and goes back to reading his book. It's about how to analyze quirks, and he feels like it would be a good skill for him to know, since his quirk is best suited for support. Ah, man, they released the new edition. I was looking forward to comparing the previous one to this one. A soft-spoken voice whispered in front of him, and he startled a bit as he looked up. He sees a very fragile-looking green-haired boy with a nasty-looking handprint around his throat, along with his face busted and bruised. His black school uniform is torn to shreds, and his curly hair is matted with blood. He feels his heart pounding out of his chest as he and this boy made eye contact. It was clear to Hitoshi that this boy wasn't expecting um to be looking in the eye of someone looking at him. "You can see me?" The boy asked, and Hitoshi nods his head. "Is your quirk seeing ghosts?" Hitoshi shakes his head and signs to him. "My quirk is brainwashing. What's your name?" "I'm Izuku, but people call me Deku." Um, Izuku answers the question before he starts rambling. "Since you have a mental-based quirk, you're more sensitive to certain things, like being the ability to see ghosts. You probably don't get a lot of sleep, and you more than likely suffer from pretty nasty headaches if you use your quirk too much." "Oh, sorry. I I just really like quirks and analyzing them. It's my hobby. And I'm still being rude. What's your name?" "Hitoshi Izawa. Um, my last name at the school is Shinso, though, since my dad is a Razorhead." Izuku gasped in excitement. "Oh my god, I'm such a huge fan of your father. He is an amazing hero, and he even fights quirkless." His excitement quickly faded, and a sad smile formed on his face. "He's the one who found my body. I don't I don't think I've ever seen a hero as tough as your father break before. It definitely broke my heart to have caused him that hurt." Satoshi stared at Izuku sadly. He does remember his dad coming home about 10 months ago, very distraught, and had made him lay down with him so he could hold him um, so he can hold him close as he cried. I remember him coming home. I remember him coming home 10 months ago and just holding me while he cried. I never asked him why he was crying, nor did he ever tell me. Oh, yeah, my death was about 10 months ago. I'm buried in the Rusutafu Corkless Cemetery. Izuku informs him. And Hitoshi's heart shat. And Hitoshi's feels his heart shattered. Your father wanted an investigation of him, but the police force refused because I'm quirkless. They just marked my death as a suicide, even though I was clearly murdered. Who did it? Maybe I can, maybe, maybe I can get my dad to help you get justice. Hitoshi offered. Azuki gave him a sad smile before getting closer to him and whispering to him, "It won't change anything. I'm not alive to defend myself, even though my defense would be ignored. I'm just a quirkless Deku. There's no help for the quirkless without him." The bell the bell rings, and Hitoshi watches as Izuku goes over to the angry blonde who looks worse for wear now that he's really looking at him. His dad enters the classroom not too long later, and the man introduces himself. He sneaks a glance over at Izuku, and you can see the boy buzzing with excitement, with a bright smile on his face and his eyes sparkling. When they get to the PE field for the for the QAT, Hitoshi can see Izuku cheering the blonde now that he now knows as Bakugo on as he runs through the test. He it, he feels a bit he feels he felt that it was a bit odd for a spirit to be attached to someone like that, but each to their own, he guesses. After his fa- after his dad After his dad released them all for today, Hitoshi was a bit sad that Izuku left with Bakugo. He kinda was hoping to talk to him some more. Maybe ask him for some tips on how to analyze quirks, given that the boy definitely seemed to have a passion for it. Passion Since the boy definitely seems to have a passion and skill for it, given all the rambles um he heard about everyone's quirks. He He sits in the teacher's lounge, sadly, as he fiddles with the corner of the page of the book he's continuing to read. What got, what's got you down in the dumps, Tosh? Shota ask him as he joins him on the couch. Do you remember me telling you that I kept seeing Grandma when she died? Uh, kept seeing. Do you do you remember me telling you that I kept seeing Grandma after she died? Hitoshi asked him, and his dad gave him a confused look but nodded his head. He Izuku Midoriya. He is following Bakugo around. I'm sure you remember that. I'm sure you remember the quirkless boy with freckles on his face found the body of who found the body of 10 months ago. Shota has a sickly pale look on his face at Hitoshi's words, and they caught the rest of the staff's attention as well. I never told you about that. I know. Midoriya told me this morning, when he realized that I could see him. He's a huge fan of yours, since you fight Quirkless. He was so excited seeing you. His green eyes were sparkling, and the brightest smile I'd ever seen on someone's face before. His neck has a huge S handprint shaped bruise. His uniform was torn up, his face is busted, and his hair is completely matted with blood. He told me that he was buried in the music shop local cemetery. I asked him who did it, but he told me it won't change anything, and that he was just a dickhead. The, the staff all gathered around and listened to Hitoshi describe his encounter with the young ghost. You said he you you said that he's following Bakura around. Hitoshi asked him, as he takes some calming breaths. He never expected to be hearing about the horror scene he found when he saw Izuku's two fresh corpses on the roof of a building. Hitoshi nods his head. Yeah, but he was cheering Bakugo on through the whole time during the QAT, so I don't think he did it. I feel like they were friends, and he keeps on calling him Kachan. He also ran. He was also rambling the entire time as he analyzed everyone's works. I was hoping that he would stick around for a bit so I can ask him for some tips, since he's really good at it. You should have heard all the stuff that he was belting out. If he had a notebook and pen, he would have been writing everything down since he was doing the motions for it on his hand. Shota is staring at Hitoshi. Sorry. Shota is staring at Hitoshi with a broken heart expression, and he nods his head before getting up and grabbing his notebook. Before grabbing his. Oh, sorry, I messed it up. Hitoshi. Oh my god. Shota is staring at Hitoshi with a heartbroken expression and nods and I've done it so right the first time. Shota is staring at Hitoshi with a heartbroken expression and he nods his head before getting up and grabbing his sleeping bag. Before digging into it and pulling out a composition notebook and then handing it over to Hitoshi. He stares at it for a moment. There's old dried blood on it, and old dried blood on the cover of it, and he could clearly see Azuki's name written across it, along with the label, making it Volume 13. I don't know, I'm yawning so much. He shakily opens it, then jumps a bit when Izuku pops up in front of him. So that's where my volume 13 went. Kachan has been begging my mom for it. Your dad had it the whole time. Hitoshi and Izuku stare at each other for a long moment, and his dad and the rest of the staff were staring at nothing. Are you wanting him to have it? Hitoshi asked him. I would prefer it. But it seems like your dad is emotionally attached to it, so you can keep it. You can help me make a new copy for Kachan since I don't think he needs a bloody notebook. Zuko answers, and everyone in the room is confused. Toj, who are you talking to? Shota asked. Midoriya, he said that Bakugo has been looking for this notebook, and that you can keep it if you can keep it if I make him. Midoriya said that Midoriya. He said that Bakugo has been looking for this notebook, and that you can keep it if I help him make a new one to give to Bakugo. Hitoshi answers. Izuku moves over to Shota, who is staring at Hitoshi with wide eyes. Thank you for finding me, she said. It's good to know good hero still exists. Hitoshi quickly blinks as tears form in his eyes as he relays the message. He says thank you for finding me, Eraserhead. It's good to know good heroes still exist. Shota struggles to keep his composure in front of his coworkers. You're welcome, kiddo. Will you tell me who did this to you? No. Like I told your son this morning, it won't change anything. Izuku answers, and Hitoshi repeats what he said. Don't you want some kind of justice? Maybe some closure for your mom and Bakugo? Shota asked him. My mom doesn't care. She got rid of my stuff the same day you found me. Kachan had to dig it all of the trash so he could keep it home, so he can take it home and hoard it away in his room. Izuku explains as Hitoshi repeats everything. Then why not give Bakugo that closure? Shota asks him. Izuku stares at Shota for a long moment before answering, because he's that man's successor. He disappears quickly after that. He's gone now, Dad. But before he left, he said because he's that man's successor. Hitoshi informs him sadly. On the base of that? Oh, why didn't I go British? Oh. Okay, I'm good. I'm trying to do Ness's voice, but I went British. Based on that. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. Based on that, I would safely assume that his killer is a pro hero. Nezu says sadly. Would a hero really do something like that to a kid? Mike asked him. If a hero has something to hide, and that poor child saw or learned something that the pro hero wanted to keep secret, then yes, I do believe it. Nezu answers. May I see that notebook? Hitoshi-kun? Hitoshi nods. Hitoshi nods his head and passes. Hold on. What's that? Oh. Give me a second. Sorry. I forgot I was playing a game previously and it was not showing up on my computer. Okay, let's go again. May I see that notebook, Hitoshi-kun? Hitoshi nods his head and passes over to him as Nezu quickly flips through the book before pausing in the middle of the notebook. It looks like All Might has autographed this notebook. Nezu goes back to the beginning and started reading over everything that was written prior. Prior to that, his tail's wagging behind him as he reads so they know what's in it is pleasing their boss. Nezu goes past the autographed area and his tail immediately stops wagging. Nezu looks up at Shota. Shota, have you read any of this notebook? I have. The kid is damn good at it. I never went past All Might's big ass signature though, because I assumed that's where the analyst end. Is there more? Shota asked him. Yes, and it's most definitely the reason he was killed. I have an idea who did it as well. I will hold on to this for now, Nezu says, as he places the notebook in his vest. It's best if no one ever speaks of this. It's best if no one speaks of this ever. If Midoriya-kun decides that he wishes to share with you who ended his life, then come to my office and I will gladly show you what was written on the page if my assumption is correct. As as for rewriting the analyst before the all-night signature, then you are free to come and do that in my presence. And I'm sure Midoriya-kun will also be there. I'm sure Midoriya-kun will also be there to prevent you from looking um before looking as well. Oh, sorry. I'm sure Midoriya will also be there to prevent you from looking as well, as I feel like he wouldn't want you to become the next victim. What about you? You just read it. Aren't you also the target as well? Tried to ask him, and with the rest of the staff mumbling in agreement. No, because I already know I have the knowledge of what was written as the pro told me themselves. Nezu answers for turning on his heels and leaving to go hide the notebook away. The next day, the first official day of class, and Hitoshi sees it's just him and Bakugo. It's just him. Oh, the next day was the first official day of class, and Hitoshi sees that it's just him, Bakugo, and Izuku in the room. Hitoshi gets Izuku's attention and signs to him. Do you want Bakugo to know that you're still with him? Izuku stares at him for a long moment, and then at Bakugo. He washes his tears form in his eyes, and he sniffles. I don't even know if he. I don't even know how he'll believe you. Kachan had a hard time believing things that he couldn't see himself. Well, I could call him Kachan, so I could use that to convince him. Hitachi offers. He doesn't like when other people call him that. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who is allowed to do that. Izuku explains. It would be only a one thing time. It would only be a one-time thing. I don't I'm not about to call a personified Pomeranian a cute nickname like that. Who who do you take me for? Satoshi asks, and Mizuku giggles wetly before nodding his head. Okay, you tell him. Izuku says with a sad smile, Bakugo. Satoshi calls him Bakugo. Satoshi calls to the blonde, who glances over at him. What the hell do you want? What the hell do you want? The Bakugo growls, and Satoshi has no idea why Izuku is going to put someone so spicy. Midoriya won't even let you know that he's still with you and he's standing right in front of you. Satoshi says he before he's getting snatched up by the collar and by the collar of his uniform. That's not fucking funny. Mind fuck. Bakugo snaps and Hitoshi he can smell burnt burnt smell the burnt sugar scent. Not scent. Hitoshi can smell the burnt sugar scent coming from Bakugo's hand as the boy gets um as the boy gets angrier. I'm not joking. Hitachi Pachak Pro and the Pro Foundry Bond has the Clark analyst later featured body part team in his possession. Hitachi quickly expands and the Bongo lets him go as his breast shakes, clearly fighting back tears. He's here, right now. What does he look like? Bongo asks. Hitachi stares at Izuku. Yes, he's right in front of your desk. I'm not sure if you want me to describe him to you. Because, well, bloody. Hitoshi answers softly and Bakugo shakes his head. Tell me exactly what he looks like, Godzilla. Oh wait, that's not what he said. Sorry, I misread that. I misread so bad. Okay. Tell me exactly what he looks like, damn it. I'm gonna take that part out. I apologize for that statement. I really thought that's what it said, and I misread that so bad. My bad. I apologize. Tell me exactly what he looks like. Damn it. I need to know what happened. And Bakugo growls as his tears run down his cheeks. Hitoshi swallows thickly before whispering as their classmates enter the classroom. Start entering the room. A handprint is around his neck. A uniform torn up, face busted, hair matted with blood. Right now he's staring at me with a sad expression. Bakugo works on calming himself down as he quickly dries his tears. I won't give that book. What pro has it so I can get it back? It was compensated. It was compensated for now. Bakugo, Midoriya wants me to rewrite it for you. As write it for you as the copy you want is bloody. Hitachi explains to him, and Bakugo slams his hand on the desk. No, I need the original. It has to be in his handwriting. It wouldn't be the same if it was a copy. Bakugo growls out, Kachan, you really don't want that one. You really don't. It will hurt you. It will hurt you way more than one. The truth is in there, and it's dangerous. It's basically a copy of the stuff I want you to have. Izuku says softly. As Satoshi relates the message. The truth, as in who did it? Yes. Um, yes. Izuku says softly. Sorry. Never mind that. Yes. Izuku says softly. Satoshi, you were like, says softly. With Hitoshi giving Bakugo his answer. Then I need the original, so I can go and kill this fuck myself. Please don't. But please don't be stupid, Bakugo. This was a theory that was a pro. Yes, it was a theory that was a pro. Hitoshi says. And this and Izuku stares at Hitoshi in horror. Does Nezu know? Does he know okay. Izuku asks Hitoshi can see panic as his tears trickle in Izuku's face. He can't know. It's not safe for him. He'll get killed. Midoriya, calm down. Nezu said the stuff that was written after the autograph. He already knows which is why he has it locked away from prying eyes. Oh no. Razor had it too. Razor had it too, and you were looking at it.
No. Ezekiel says, while still panicking, stop panicking. I never read any of it. My dad probably analyzed it at the autograph. So you never went past it. Hitoshi informs him. And Ezekiel, if this really calms down, you seen the notebook yourself? Um, Bakugo, Bakugo asked him. Yes, like I said before, it was soaked in blood. It's soaked in blood. I guess my dad had it in his possession ever since he found Midoriya's body. Now, and Nezu has it locked up to protect everyone. If the information about the killer is in that notebook, that means Nezu is protecting the fuck who took my boyfriend away from me. I don't have a drink. Hold on. I'll be right back.
You know what? I'm taking y'all with me. We're going to go. I'm going to read it to y'all while I'm going to get a drink. Oh, hang on. Where was I? Okay. If the information about the killer is in there, then that means Nezu is protecting. Hold on, I can't see where I'm going. I had the lights turned off. Hi. That means Nezu is protecting the fuck who took my boyfriend up from me. Bakugo growls, and Hitoshi eyes widen in shock as he now knows what their relationship was. Then that means Midoriya is also protecting the fuck since he refusing to tell us who did it. Hitoshi snaps out. Y'all heard nothing. I got teeth spelled on me. That was not a good idea to take out into this adventure. Yeah, no. Hitoshi snaps out. No, I'm not protecting him. Izuku argues. Yes, you are. I asked you and my dad asked you. You refused to answer both times. I get that you believe no one will help you because of your quirk status, but we're willing to help you every way we can. Hitoshi whispers. I gotta get them off. Hitoshi whispers. Whispers to him as everyone is in the classroom now. But Hitoshi whispers to him as everyone is in the classroom now. But he still wants Bakugo to hear what is being said. I'm not protecting him. I'm protecting Kachan. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, and I get you're trying to protect Bakugo, but what if this guy hurts someone else? Hitoshi asks him softly. Just as long as no one knows his truth, then everyone is safe. But Kachan already has it in his possession, and if he gives it up, then there's a good chance he'll lose his quirk and his life along with it. I can't risk losing him. Hitoku. I don't want to watch the love of my life die and do nothing to save him. This is the only way that I can keep him from suffering the same fate as me. I I was originally supposed to receive it, but then he found out who my father was, and he took the hatred out. He took the hatred for my father out on me because he killed me. Because I knew the truth of him and his quirk. Ew. And and his quirk. And he didn't want me to tell anyone. If he learns that I wrote it down, then and it would be disastrous. What Hitoshi stares at Izuku with teary eyes as he watches as the boy cries and cries some more. As he attempts to hug Bakugo. What's going on? Bakugo asks. He's crying and trying to hug you, but can't. Hitoshi whispers, and Bakugo just closes his eyes as he lets the tears run down his cheeks. Bakugo, Bakugo, and Bakugo and Hitoshi and Bakugo. I keep on messing that up. Hold on. Hitoshi and Bakugo both have teary eyes when Shota enters the classroom, and he safely assumes that Hitoshi. Oh my god. Brain scrambled. I was doing so good yesterday, and then I accidentally pausing. I was supposed to let it on yesterday. Alright. Alright. Hitoshi and Bakugo both have teary eyes when Shota enters the classroom. And he safely assumes that Hitoshi has told Bakugo about Midoriya, and he gives the morning announcement before leaving to teach his class of the day. Alright. Hitoshi and Bakugo quickly dry their tears as he watches at them quickly dries his tears when Hitoshi watches as a look of pure horror forms on Izuku's face as All Might enters the classroom. When All Might gets too close to Izuku, the ghost boy yelps and quickly disappears. They head to the locker room with their costume cases, and Bakugo is sticking close to Hitoshi. Midoriya yelped and disappeared when All Might got too close to him. When the man entered the classroom, he had a look of absolute horror. He's definitely afraid of him. Hitoshi whispers to him. A look of confusion formed on Bakugo's face. What? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Zoo is an ultimate All Might fanboy. He literally owns every single collectible, like the silver age shit too. Something obviously happened though. No one will react like that to another being if they weren't afraid. That's true, but I can't see that. I know he said more to you that you're not telling me. Bakugo pointed out as well, and Hitoshi sighed softly. He mentioned that he was supposed to receive something from the killer, but then the guy found out who his father is and took his hatred out on his father on him and killed him to make sure he didn't tell his secret, and Midoriya wrote this secret down in his analytic notebook, which is why he doesn't want anyone reading the whole thing. He doesn't want them to suffer the same fate he had, same fate as him. He especially doesn't want to lose you. He says that he doesn't want to watch the love of his life die and not being able to protect you. Hitoshi watches as gears turning, and he mentioned Hitoshi. Okay. One more time. Hitoshi watches as Hitoshi watches the gears turn in Bakugo's head as the boy thinks about what he has been told. He can see things beginning to click into place. Did he mention if I had it? Yes, he said um that you do, and if you lose it, then you'll most likely lose your quirk and your life. Hitoshi answers, We are going to talk to Nezu tomorrow. I don't give a shit if Zoo protests or if his ghostly ass tries to fight me on it. I have a pretty damn good idea who did it now, and I want to kill the bastard. Bahuro growled as he visibly shakes in anger. They made it out to ground beta, and Hitoshi could see the absolute pure murderous rage Bakugo is directing at All Might, and now it's starting to click in his head. He quickly glances around and sees if Zoo is still nowhere. He quickly glances around and sees that Izuku is nowhere to be seen. So he safely assumes that as soon as class is over, Izuku will make his reappearance. Toshi and Bakugo were selected to act as heroes and are trying to come up with a plan. And Hitoshi can tell that Bakugo is distracted by thoughts. We need to tuck it away for now, Bakugo. You can rage tomorrow when you demand Nezu for the volume 13. Yeah, I know. Who was the pro who found him? You said that your dad. You said that your dad, but you didn't give me a name of the pro. I'm safely assume he's underground. So I promise I ain't gonna tell anyone. I just want to thank him for bringing him home. Izuku has been missing for days, and before he was found, they said it was it on. They said it only been a couple of hours from the time of his death to when he was found. So he was held somewhere first. Eraserhead. Hitoshi whispers softly, and Bakugo's head snaps up and stares at him in shock. Bakugo starts laughing wetly. Found by the hero he was inspired to be. Fucking awful. I'm sorry, I'm not good at processing my emotions. It's okay. You can tag along with me to the teacher's lounge later and thank him in private. Um, and thank him in thank him then in private. Satoshi offers, and Bakugo nods his head. They quickly come up with a plan, and Satoshi remembers some of the things that Izuku was rambling about their opponents, Tokiyami and Jiro. They go in They go in and overwhelm them with light, sound, and manage to capture the bomb together. They head the head the Why did it sound like a bark? One of my cats sounded like they barked. Oh god. They go in They go in and overwhelm them with light, sound, and manage to capture the bomb together. They head back into the observation room where All Might started praising them. That was some fantastic strategizing, boys. Yeah, picked it up. Yeah, picked it up from some analyzing skills from an old friend. Hitoshi says with a glare on his face. Ah, then you must thank this boy then. He sounds like he's going to be a future analyst. Um, he's he's going to be a future quirk analyst. All Might stated. Yeah, so let's just pull out the old. I'm sorry, it's funny but not funny. Yeah, let's just pull out the old Ouija board and do that, Hitoshi. Um, Bakugo says, while elbowing Hitoshi playfully, as they both watch All Might pale. Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize. All Might, All Might said, you will be sorry, you bastard. Um, Bakugo growled underneath his breath as he and Hitoshi moved to a different area in the observation room. After class that day, after class let out for the day, Hitoshi leads Bakugo to the teacher's lounge. Bakugo immediately goes up to um, Shota and wraps him up in a hug, where he finally breaks. This is sad. Um, Bakugo immediately goes over to Shota and quickly wraps him up in a hug, where he finally breaks and sobs into the man's chest. You're the one who brought him home. Thank you. It clicked in Shota's head on what Bakugo is crying uh, about and thanking him for. He wraps him up in a hug, of course. He wanted to be a hero just like you. In volume 10, when he has eight at least 8 or 9 pages on you. Bakugo informs him. Don't tell him that! Izuku squeaks out as he finally makes his reappearance. Midoriya is saying not to tell him that. Hitoshi giggles wetly as he wipes tears off his face. Well, too damn bad. I'm gonna bring it with me tomorrow and show him. Um, Bakugo teases as he pulls away from hugging Shota as he wipes tears off his face. Don't do that. That's embarrassing. Izuku says in protest. He says not to do that, and not to that. It's embarrassing. Hitoshi says, "Yeah, embarrassing when you sneak out in the middle of the night so you can catch underground in action like a drug addict looking for the next fix, but instead of drugs, it was quirks to study, you damn nerd." Bakugo continues to tease him. Shut up, Kachan. Um, Izuku squeaks out. He says to shut up, and he sounds all squeaky. Hitoshi teases next to him, and Izuku gives him a look of betrayal. You sound like good friends. Shota compliments boyfriends. Bakugo corrects. Shota gives him a look of surprise. Sorry, I was thinking of something. Zuko is my boyfriend. Life or death. He's going to be mine, and I'm going to be his. Oh, Kachan. Ugh! Why do these things have to be so sad but so sweet at the same time? Shota gives him a. Oh, wait, I already read that part. Oh, Kachan. Oh, Kachan. Izuku says softly as he floats around Bakugo. In what Satoshi assumes is how Izuku has been loving up on Bakugo since his death, and it's hurt his heart to see how desperate Izuku is to give Bakugo affection. Okay, we almost done. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. I'll be back later. The next day, Hitoshi and Bakugo headed straight to Ness's office. As soon as the blonde arrived, with Izuku following after them, confused, as he didn't know what the two had figured out and were about to do. Bakugo slammed open Nezer's office, and the rat looked surprised at the action. Give me, give Volume 13 over. I know who the killer is. I know who killed my boyfriend, and I want to see it with my own eyes. Wait, no, Kachan, no. Izuku pleads as he started to attempt to stop Bakugo. Hizo-kun, stop him. No, Bakugo. He doesn't want you to see it. Hitoshi informs him. Hitoshi himself is extremely nervous about the notebook, knowing what knowing that it contains information that is a such guarded secret, and it warrants death to those who shouldn't know about it. Who do you believe in the killer, and why? Nezu asks him kindly, and Hitoshi is glad that Nezu is not going to simply hand it over without hearing verbal confirmation from Bakugo himself. It was All Might. He was going to give one for all to Izuku, but he learned Izuku is Ofalin's son, which is why the blonde fuck killed him. He was he was he wasn't about to give a cleric over to a villain's son, and most certainly wasn't going to let him live with the secret. Bakugo enters, and Hitoshi is staring at Izuku with wide eyes as the boy is staring at Bakugo with a shocked expression. I'm right, Aunt. I am a right, nerd. It was All Might, wasn't it? And now I'm stuck with this fucking clerk that I have no idea what to do with now. Izuku starts floating around Bakugo as he cries, Yes, I'm sorry, Kachan, I'm so sorry. He's saying yes, and that he's sorry. He is also floating around you, so I'm assuming that's how he has been hugging you. Hitoshi relays the message. It's alright, Zu. I'm not mad at you. I'm angry for you. Don't apologize to me. Bakugo soothes. Hitoshi watches as Izuku is very desperate to physically touch Bakugo, but can't. Um, Nezu sets the bloody notebook on the desk, and Hitoshi watches as Bakugo completely shatters. The Bakugo shakily picks it up as tears run down its face and starts flipping through it, um, and pauses on the autograph before continuing to read. Hitoshi definitely doesn't want to know more than he already does, so he keeps himself on the other side of the room. I'm keeping this. I promise will no, I promise that no one will see this, but I need it with the others. They all need to be with me. They are all the physic they are all physically what I have left of him. Bakugo sniffles. Of course, Bakugo can. Be sure to keep that be sure to keep that one locked up as well. Um, Nezu says softly, and Bakugo nods his head as he holds it close to his chest. Bakugo made sure to keep it close by the entire day. Hitoshi couldn't get over the fact that he'd been carrying around something covered in blood. Then he remembered his own father carried it around as well for 10 months straight. During the break-in, during the break-in, Hitoshi watches as Bakugo held his backpack to his body to protect to in order to protect it from any harm. And then after school, he and his dad drove Bakugo home to make sure it was not snatched while on the train. Um, no one informed his dad of killed who killed Izuku, and he could see it was bothering his father, as the man definitely wanted some closure. It was All Might Dad. Midoriya was the son of his nemesis, so he ended his life. Nezu told us to keep things quiet, as he working on things to um, figure out how to bring him down without spilling information that could put Bakugo in danger. Shota had a look of horror on his face as he drives. This man is this this man is around children, and he killed an innocent child because who his father is. That's wrong, Tosh. I know, Dad, but we can't do anything drastic as shit can hit the fan. Can and will hit the fan, Hitoshi says softly, and Shota nods his head in understanding. The next day, they went to USJ. Hitoshi Hitoshi watched Izuku with a soft smile as the boy was completely lit up and in excitement about the seeing the inside of the building. Everything was going fine until villains showed up. He and Bakugo and were dropped um into the ruin zone and fighting off villains together. They fight they fight their way through to get back to the center of the plaza, where Hitoshi screams in horror as he watches a Nomu thing beat his father into the concrete. He watches Izuku rush over it, slipping into the Nomu, clawing um clawing at his own head as he stumbles away from his dad, who who he rushed over who he rushed then over. Oh my god. He watches as Izuku he watches he watches Izuku rush over to the Nomu, who started clawing at his own head as it stumbled away from his dad, who he then rushed up to. Dad! Hitoshi shouts as tears run down his face, and we could see his dad breathing, but breathing was shallow, so he hoped the emergency service will arrive soon to save him. What the fuck is that thing doing? Bakugo asked as the class gathered around to protect their downed teacher. Midoriya slipped inside it, and I think it freaked it out. I think it's freaking out. Hitoshi answers, and everyone looks confused. That, by the way, as Bakugo smirks, hell yeah, even in death that damn nerd is still fearless. Bakugo said as the Nomu screech, and the villain barks orders at it, trying to get it to listen. It stopped moving, and it just stood there. Its head hanging for a bit before it snapped up in attention. Hitoshi could see the Nomu, now green eyes. Nomu. Finish off Eraserhead and kill those kids. Izuku scoffs, using the Nomu's body. I don't know what a Nomu is, but you can tell me that I can tell that you're a piece of shit. What? The oh my god. What? The villain shouts angrily. The misty dude mentioned the League of Villains, so my father is running this little show. The villain stared at the Zuku possessed Nomu for a second. Zuku, that's my name, don't wear it out. Zuku answers, and Bakugo and Hitoshi could not help but snort. But you weren't turned into a Nomu. You were buried in the Quirko cemetery, as my sensei didn't want to use his own son's corpse. The villain shouts at him, and Hitoshi can see the looks of horror appear on the classmate's face. I know, I'm a ghost that possessed your little pet, dipshit. Alright. I'm just waiting to see if All Might will arrive so I can give him a taste of his own medicine while using this creature. What the fuck does that supposed to mean? The villain asked. Who do you think you killed me to begin with? Izuku answers, and the class all gasped in horror. All Might and Izuku asked, and the class gasped in horror. I am here! All Might shouts before jumping down the stairs. Hello, Toshinori Yagi. Izuku greets, and All Might freezes. Do you recognize my voice, or will you remember my name, Izuku Midoriya? Or will you remember my quirk status, quirkless? Being a ghost makes it hard to get revenge, but possessing and taking over this creature's body definitely makes it possible. All Might looks pale as he stares at Izuku getting closer. He glances over to the students for a second before Izuku regains his attention. Now, don't look over there for us. Don't look to them for assistance. Especially don't look at Katsuki, since I'm willing to do something that I know he wanted to do to you for killing me. I'm not assuming. I will maybe not assuming everyone will miss. Maybe not assume that no one will miss a quirkless person if you don't know that your own ancestor dated the boy that you brutally murdered because you want revenge against my father for killing your mentor. So you're killing your nemesis' son, who only knew very little information about the man, as he never around his father, for obvious reasons, being that he he's a he's a narcissist, pork-stealing supervillain. Hitoshi and the rest of the class scooped up his dad to their best ability and carried him up the stairs, away from the fight that was taking place between Izuku and All Might. For for someone who is quirkless, to he seems to know how to use that thing's body. Um, Kirishima's comments. Izu is a master at Izu is a master at analysis. He only needs to watch a fight for a few minutes before he can figure you out. Bako explains. So that's who you were signing to on the first day of school. Um, Koda asked. Koda asked. Hitoshi softly, and Hitoshi blushed a bit. Yeah. I can see him talk to spooks. Talk. Yeah. I can see and talk to the spooks. Hitoshi emerged sheepishly. Dude, that's cool as fuck. Kaminari says excitedly, and Hitoshi just nods his head, not sure what to make of that. They made it to the top of the stairs, and see Izuku and All Might still going at it. Um, Hitoshi could see a feral smile forming on Bakugo's face as he watches. Tick-tock. The clock is ticking down asinine, about to go poof, small light form. I can just hear him singing that. Hitoshi was a bit confused by the commentary, but continues to watch it. Then it sees exactly what he was talking about when All Might's bust form turns into a skeleton form, and Izuku doesn't hesitate to smack him down into the cement. Um, and and Izuku doesn't hesitate to smack him down into the cement and beat him to death. Looks like Karma came back and bit the fuck in the ass. Shota says, coughing before coughing a bit as he sits up on his own. Um, Hitoshi wraps uh, Hitoshi wraps him up in a gentle hug before sniffling. Dad, I know, I know, Tosh. I'll be alright. Um, I heard that. I heard what you said about Midoriya possessing that thing, so he could save me before it could do some serious damage. Shota said softly as Hitoshi just nuzzled his dad's shoulder, trying to soothe himself. They could see the villain, and the Misty Dude gone. The Misty Dude are gone, and the Nezu and then the Nomu goes limp, standing there, unmoving. Kachan, are you okay? Um, Izuku asks as he joins back up with him. Midori wants to know if you're okay, Bakugan. Hitoshi informs him. Of course I'm fine, nerd. You don't need to ask me. You don't need to ask the future #1 hero that. Um, Bakuga says with a smirk on his face as Izuku um smiles at him softly. Great, Kachan. I'm glad to see you are, but it's time for me to go now. Izuku says softly, and Hitoshi relays the message. What do you mean by that? Bakugo asks as tears started forming in his eyes. I got my closure, Kachan. It's time for me to leave for good. Ezekiel explains, and Hitoshi tells him um as he tears up as well. No, no, you can't leave me again, Ezekiel. I need you here with me. I can't be a hero by myself. I need you to be by my side. We're supposed to be the wonder duo. We're supposed to become the wonder duo together. Um, Bakugo pleads with him. Azuki looks at Hitoshi, and he knows exactly what the Green Boy is about to do to him as he possesses Hitoshi's body. You don't need to. You don't need to become a. You don't need me to become a hero, Kachan. You have my notebooks. Use them to your advantage. I'm and instill myself into you. The way I'm and the way I'm with you. Izuku uses at Toshi's body to hug and kiss Bakugo. I love you, Kachan. At least this way we both just get to say goodbye. Um, I love you, Zuzu. And Bakugo chokes out. Zuzu slips out of Hitoshi's body, slips out of Hitoshi, and gives purple boy, the purple-haired boy a small smile. Thank you for helping me, Hitoshi. Be Kachan's friend for me. He needs a good friend like you. Goodbye. Hitoshi um watches as Izuku changes his non eh, watches as Zuko change into his non-body self, and the boy gives him a bright, teary smile as he fades away. He's gone, Bakugo. Bakugo chokes out a sob before grabbing him and sobbing on his shoulder. He doesn't look beaten and bloody anymore. As he left, so he got his closure. Bakugo cries a little bit longer before um before speaking with a wobbly voice. Damn nerd. Now I need to learn how to analyze. Oof, that was a tough ending there. Um, this is a pretty long fic, so I hope you had snacks and a drink. So, and tissues. You had to have tissues. Because it got sad at some parts. It got really sad at the end. And I had to pause a couple of times. I had to pause for reading from a couple times because I started crying. And this is I have cried from a couple of fics, but this one it really hits home. It's like, oh my god. But if you have any more fics you would want me to read, I'll try to podfic read, or you just have some recommendations that I should just read. I I extremely like all my bashing fics. That's always. Um, now remembering, I I love this fic so much. It has a little bit of things I like. Um, it has a dad's all. It's like a murder mystery thing. I personally like murder mystery. Um, Go Suzuki. I like the hurt comfort stuff. Really much. I'm really bad. I just do. It's just a preference. But go over to their go over there to their page, leave them kudos. I gotta make sure I left them kudos. Oh, I have not left them kudos. I did not leave them kudos before, so I just did that. So go leave them kudos. Comment if you have any more fix recommendations. There's something else, and I cannot remember it. Oh, sorry. Leave their comments on their page. Okay. Oh, like, comment, and subscribe. That's what I was missing. I was like, I know I'm missing something. Alright, so I hope y'all had a good. I hope y'all liked this fic, and I actually really enjoyed reading it. I have a favorite part, and it's when Aizawa says, my personally, look, this fic was all good, but I have an absolute favorite part. Hold on. I think we all know what it was. Hold on. It's when Shota Aizawa says, looks like karma came back and bit the fuck in the ass. That's my favorite line to say from this fic. Hold on. Sushi! Leave her alone! It's a fucking child. Leave it alone. Alright. I'm just gonna end this here so I can, like, get my cat to leave my other cats alone. So, I hope y'all had a good day.